So first off, what you want to do is you want to introduce yourself to the patient. So for example, I would say, "Hi, my name is Chris Torres. I'm going to be your nurse today. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?" Then after that, I'm going to explain that I'm about to wash my hands because everybody needs to wash their hands. It's the best way to prevent disease. And also, I'm about to do a procedure, and I don't want to bring in any other foreign microorganisms into this procedure for your own safety. So I'm going to step over here. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to turn on the water, make sure I get it warm. I'm going to get my hands wet, front and back. I'm going to make sure as I do this that my fingers are pointing downward so the water flows from my wrist to my fingertips. Now that they're nice and wet, I'm going to get some soap. I'm going to scrub that in a circular motion. Make sure I get a good lather. Once you do, you make sure you scrub all of your hands. Make sure you scrub the wrists, both wrists, your palms. Scrub your palms with your fingers, the back of your hands. And you want to make sure that you do this for at least 15 to 20 seconds. Make sure you intertwine or interlock your fingers as well. Don't forget about those. You can even do each one individually. And also, make sure you go under your nails. You don't want any hidden bacteria under your nails. And now that I have scrubbed, I'm going to rinse again. As you rinse, make sure that they're still pointing downward. Now I'm going to get a paper towel. I'm going to pat dry downward. Other hand. Make sure you're going down to your fingertips. And then we're going to use one more to turn off the faucet. And throw that in the trash as well. Alright, another alternative method you can use to clean your hands is using hand sanitizer. So for that, you just get a good amount of it. And make sure you scrub it all the way around your hands. Make sure you get a real good scrub. Just the same way, like if you would wash your hands. Make sure you get the back of your hands, your palms, your fingers, and you're going to do that until your hands are completely dry. Same thing as if you washed your hands with hand soap. Make sure your hands are completely dry. Don't shake them or wave them in order to dry them because that will throw microorganisms in the air everywhere. And also, they need to be dry before you put on your gloves. But alright, now my hands are dry. Now I'm about to apply my PPE. First things first, I'm going to grab my gown. Make sure you tie it around the back. Finally. Okay, so once you have your gown on, you're going to go ahead and grab your mask. If it's a surgical mask, you just put the loops around your ears. If it's one of the tie-ons, what you're going to do is you're going to use the top ties. So for example, you would grab the top ties, make it go over your ears, tie it at the back of your head, get the bottom ties around your neck and tie that as well. Make sure you adjust that metal nose bridge right there. Once we have all this on, we're going to go ahead and put our gloves on. Make sure when you pull your gloves on that they go over the cuff. Or make sure the cuff goes over the sleeve. Alright, and we're all set with our PPE. Now, also don't forget to explain to the patient why you're putting on the PPE. So one good example would be if you're about to put in a Foley catheter, you would explain to the patient that you're doing it so not only whatever's on your hands but on your clothes doesn't go into the procedure, since it's a pretty invasive procedure, and also for yourself so you don't get urine splattered all over your clothes. So once we're done, we're going to take off our PPE. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is going to make sure that if it's tied, you untie it, or if it's one that you rip off, that you ripped it off. You're going to do that. Pull right here and rip that. We're going to take off our gloves as well. Grab that palm, pull it off, ball it up, get your 2 fingers, slip that under your cuff, also ball that up, throw it in the trash. Now we're just going to take this off, ball it up as you go so it's not flying everywhere. There you go, throw that in the trash. And then lastly, you take off your mask by the loops. Make sure you don't touch the mask. If you have the tie on, you would undo the tie around your neck and then also undo the top tie over your ears, behind your head. Take that off and dispose of that as well. And last thing is the most important. Make sure you wash your hands again. Hand hygiene is important. Whatever you got on yourself, you don't want to bring that into the next room you go into. And I know you have a lot of videos to watch, so we're going to save water and your time. But yeah, that's it.